Alright guys, I've got a problem with Bluetooth. So making a phone call to order bagels, because I want bagels, and it's super easy to do. You just call the bagel place, tell them what you want, and then you pick it up. But when you try to do it while you're in the car, and you have an iPhone made by Apple, what happens is you call them, the speakerphone doesn't fucking work, so then you gotta put it on regular phone because they can't hear you, and the person on the other end is fucking bewildered. You pick up the phone, put it to your ear like an asshole, and you're left talking to them, placing your order until mid-order. Let me backtrack. You turn off the Bluetooth on your iPhone, right? You swipe down, do the little control center thing, you turn off Bluetooth. It's no longer blue, so it's no longer on. That's what that means. You turn off the radio in your car so that it doesn't play or connect to anything or do anything. You turn it off. Off means fucking off. But instead what happens is mid-phone call, three things happen. The phone turns Bluetooth back on. The car's radio turns back on. The fucking operating system, the Chevy intern-made GUI bullshit behind a capacitive touchscreen that does the same thing buttons did 10 years ago, but hidden behind menus so you get into car accidents more often. The phone turns Bluetooth back on. Car turns radio back on. Car connects to fucking phone by Bluetooth because for some reason it thinks that it's safer to have hands-free than it is to have it on speakerphone. But little do you know, little does the car fucking know that humans don't like it when by pairing to the phone, you also turn the volume up to fucking 5,000. So what happens is the phone turns off. The driver is stricken with fear because the driver knows from experience over and over again exactly what is about to happen, and that is your Bluetooth is going to scream through the speakers at you, probably going to blow out the fucking speakers, and blow your eardrums out and cause you to get into an accident. It's safer. I know why they do this. I fucking know it. Because you can't get the phone to connect to Bluetooth behind these operating systems when you want it to. It does it automatically when you get on a phone call, though, because it wants you to be a safe driver. But by being a safe driver, you blow your fucking eardrums out, startle yourself, and swerve around like a maniac or whatever because you're reaching for your phone to turn it off. You're reaching for the radio to fucking turn it off. But you can't turn off the radio because you'll end the phone call. So instead what happens is you gotta like figure that shit out beforehand, but then the car overrides you figuring that shit out beforehand anyway by turning on Bluetooth again, by turning on the radio again, by connecting Bluetooth and fucking your ears. So I have a modest proposal. Stop hiring interns to build GUI nonsense for your capacitive touchscreen from 2009 and operating systems for running the radio, and instead make it so that I can hit a button instead of navigating through 10 menus to turn on my fucking AC and get in an accident while doing so. But distracted driving is such a problem. Number two, put Bluetooth on a daughter board. For the love of Christ, you don't need anything except for buttons. You just need a fucking pair button, and then you need an auxiliary button to change to the Bluetooth audio output from FM, XM, whatever. We don't need screens. Not everything needs to be a fucking screen. I get it. We're in the future. The future is now. We're here. Everything's tech. Everything's cool. Make it a fucking button. I don't want to crash my car because the fucking bagel girl on the other end is blasting into my eardrums. She's timid on the other end though. She's a sweet girl, so she's talking real quiet. But even so, the phone call coming over the radio is blowing my eardrums out somehow. She's speaking quietly, yet she's screaming. Complete satanic techno retardation. Just stop it. That's all. Put Bluetooth on a daughter board with a pair button. Don't hide it behind an operating system that does things behind the scenes, like turn it back on when you explicitly turned it off. Make cars buttons. Make dashboards buttons. Get rid of the fucking computer. That's all. I'm ranting. Goodbye.